You know the way to my heart.
I do. Well, there was questions over whether or not Margot was going to have a drink, and I didn't want to say, well, like, she's Australian.
She's Australian, she's going to have a drink.
Well, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Welcome to Tipsy Talk with Margot Robbie.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Cheers, my dear.
Cheers.
So lovely to meet you. I saw Suicide Squad the other night, and I have to say, my favourite thing about it was you as Harley Quinn. And I'm not just saying that because I'm interviewing you now. Genuinely, you've captured that character so well. What was that like for you?
Harley's already got like a massive fan base in the comic book world. I know what it's like when there's like a character I really, really love and someone's going to be portraying it on screen. I'm just like, please get it right, please get it right. Yeah. Please make all the things I love about that character evident on screen. So that was, I just wanted to get that right. But I mean, aside from feeling that sort of responsibility, I just feel like I hit the lottery. Like like the chicks never get these roles. We never get the roles that are like have the funny one-liners, but then the kick-ass action scene, but then also like an intricate character with like an awesome story arc. Like you just don't really get that, especially not in like a big budget film. So
no.
Yeah, I feel like I got like really, really lucky getting there. I just kind of can't believe my luck.
I mean, you got lucky, but also you've worked really hard for this. I mean,
it's
obviously starting with Neighbours, and then you landed in Martin Scorsese's Wolf of Wall Street, which must have been amazing to work with him.
Yeah.
And now this big summer blockbuster, like, that's not just luck. You've obviously put a lot of time and effort in as
it's taken everyone is like, wow, you just like came out of nowhere, and I was like, next year will be my 10th year working professionally.
Yeah.
Didn't happen quite as quick as it may seem. Like it's been a bit of a longer road, but no, I'm so lucky in that I've just gone from one job to another job with like not really long periods not working, because that's when I freak out. And you have lulls in your career, like there's ebbs and flows, and it's like you just start freaking out when you're not working. Like maybe I'll never get another job again. And I'm loving this mimosa, by the way.
I know. I was like, I'm talking so much I can't drink the mimosa.
I know. I'm like, I want to answer quickly so I can just drink my drink again.
Do it.
Do you know this was like the drink of Suicide Squad?
Was it?
Mimosas were like our thing. After 6 months of shooting, like 19-hour days, like everyone was so wrecked, and we hadn't had a day off. It was going to be our 14th day straight without a day off, out doing like 19-hour days.
Yeah.
And they were like, we want you to do a photo shoot, and everyone was like, I'm sorry, but like, no, we're not doing it. And they're like, we really need it. What do we have to do to get you to the studio to do this photo shoot? And everyone was like, mimosas. And they were like, okay. And they brought in mimosas, and we all like rocked up, and we all came together and waited till everyone was finished, and we had mimosas all day. It was great.
Lovely.
And they never used those photos because clearly
everyone was a bit tipsy. Life is better when you're a bit tipsy, though. You guys seem to have bonded so intensely over this film. Over mimosas specifically.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure David would be upset to hear it was the mimosas and not the film.
And no, it was very much. And you know what it really was? It was the rehearsal period with David. Like we did a month of rehearsals before we started shooting, and by the end of that was like the squad was like so bonded and so close.
I don't know if it's silly rumors or if it's true about the
It's
intensity. Oh dear, the intensity of the rehearsals with David. Like that you all sat around and literally had almost therapy-esque sessions where you would talk about your innermost, darkest secrets and issues, and sort of use that to bring to the fore with the character. Is that true?
Totally.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Terrifying. And
God.
like I hated it to begin with, because I came straight off another movie and a press tour, and I like came in hoping to like, you know, do my prep and stuff, and instead I'm like thrown into this room with complete strangers, and David's just like, so like just grilling me, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is awful. But then I saw someone else get asked all those questions too, and suddenly I had so much empathy for them. I was like, dude. And then like, I don't know, you feel weirdly bonded to that person, because you're like, I get it, I get what you're feeling right now, because I just felt it 10 minutes ago. And then you get really protective with like, you feel so loyal to David because you know he's got your back, and it was like gritty and real all the time. There was no lush trailer sitting. It was like you're on set all together all day, every day. No one wanted to like leave each other's side. It was really weird. Were
you dredging up all your sort of history and your past and stuff that you'd been through to bring to her?
Well, I would avoid that because I don't like that feeling. So I'd always be like finding the moments of levity or trying to make a joke out of something. And then David would step in and remind me, and he's like, no. don't tell a joke now. Now, right now they're vulnerable, so now you attack them. And I was like, I don't want to attack them. They're like one of my really good friends, and da-da-da. And they're like, Harley would see their defenses down and she would attack right now. And it's like, whew, like sometimes it's, really heavy. And he doesn't shy away from those moments the way that I, unintentionally or, subconsciously were trying to like, let's go for the laugh, let's go for the funny moment, which I got plenty of those, which is great, but it was also a proper challenge to be directed in the other direction.
Yeah, I mean, she's hilarious.
She is.
She's
She's
so many
so
gags.
funny.
Like, I found myself laughing so much. But the moment that really touched me was, we won't give any spoilers, but there's been a bit of a sad moment for her. And she's
sitting on the car?
She's sitting on the car, waiting for everyone to come out, and she's clearly been a bit upset. And when they come out, it reminds me of the scene with Emma Thompson in Love Actually when she goes upstairs to have a cry in the bedroom.
Stop,
don't.
That scene
I know.
kills me.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
That scene hits me harder than like any scene in a film.
You did that to me.
Oh.
Genuinely. So the guys come out of a building and Harley turns around and kind of just wipes away the tears and is suddenly happy
guys,
again.
I missed you so much. Yeah.
Oh, my heart. I was just like, oh God, she's hurting so much, but she's making a joke.
Do you know what's so funny you mentioned that scene in Love Actually? That's like, I've thought of that scene a lot and thought that is so what women do.
Yes,
it's like
we do.
Women totally do that for the sake of not making it uncomfortable for family members, to like put on a brave face for their kids. They just like can like, and I've watched my mum, I've watched so many women in my life, and it's just like they will swallow all of that, and like women are tough, man.
Yes,
like
we do deal with a lot on a daily basis. We really, really do.
Yeah.
And you mentioned your mom there, so because I was reading your profile and I was like, oh, you have 3 siblings and your mum was a single parent, same as me.
Yeah, right.
Do you find you take a lot of inspiration from her?
Totally.
Yeah. Was she like a strong, tough woman?
She, if you met her, you wouldn't be, she's not one of those like intimidating personalities at all. She's like, cannot be mean to someone to save her life. She doesn't boss anyone around. She's just so sweet that you're kind of like, how are you not broken by now? Like, I just want to like look after you. But yeah, she had these 4 horrible kids to like deal with running around like monkeys. I'm just like, I don't know how she did work full time. Still does. Like, I don't know how she did it.
Crazy. I know my mother did the same, and I never quite understood. Like I'm 31 now, and I have the career, and I'm trying so hard to do everything. I don't have kids as well. I don't know how she did it with kids.
Same. I can barely keep my head above the water, and I don't have kids yet, and I'm just like, wow.
Something I wanted to talk about was obviously the Joker. I mean, it's a huge iconic role. He's been around forever. Jared just threw himself into this, and you had some really intense scenes. I got the feeling that there were more scenes than we saw in the film. I got the feeling that you filmed a lot more.
We filmed so much of our backstory. Yeah, there's a lot of...
it just didn't make it in.
Yeah, I think what they realised, I mean, I don't know, I wasn't in the editing suite, but they probably realised that the emotional through line of the story had to be the mission that we were on and kind of explaining the Enchantress's position and all that kind of stuff. And the backstory stuff, though, it's like magic, and some of the stuff we shot was like, it was insane. Yeah. They are flashbacks, and they're meant to be like, snippets.
Yeah.
But I think when we were filming, maybe we got too engrossed in the flashbacks. We went like, especially when you got like Jared, he's going so deep with that character, and we're all like, going really, really deep. Yeah. David goes really deep with the characters. Yeah, so there's a lot, but it just didn't make sense to confuse the current story, the present storyline, to incorporate all that.
Oh, it's such a shame though. I just wanted to see your guys' story so much.
I know.
Do you think I heard rumours, but I don't know if they're true, of a spin-off of Harley and the Joker, or maybe Harley herself. I'm
trying to make that happen. I want not for anything specifically, but just something where I feel like there's just so much more to do.
That love story.
It's amazing.
It's fascinating. He's abusing her, he's torturing her, but she loves him, and she would do anything for him, and they're both so messed up, and it's just really interesting.
And on his side too, like he's just like refuses to acknowledge that he even has emotions or can feel any sort of positive emotion, so he turns it into this toxic negative thing. But it's like, there's so much to it. They have a very dysfunctional relationship.
They really do. What final question? What advice would you offer to Harley regarding the Joker? If you were her friend and you like took her out for drinks and she's upset over this guy.
Find your love elsewhere. Look to your girls, your girl gang. Like You got to find your love in the good places.
Okay.
Don't look for it in the bad places.
That is a beautiful note to end it on. Thank you so much, Margot.
I thought we were going to talk rubbish and sip champagne, but this got really deep.
Tipsy talks do that.
Tipsy
They sort
talks.
of they ebb and flow
Yeah.
between ridiculous and very deep, and you absolutely hit the mark.
enjoyed it.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for the mimosa.
Thank you. That has been Tipsy Talk with Margot Robbie. Thank you. Great.
Such a good start to the day.
I went from rolling around in the mud and the grime in the forest to rolling around in the mud and the grime in a dungeon in Westeros. And it's also fun to see Marjorie a little bit out of control. That's fun as an actor, just to play completely, oh my God, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
That's
you can curse on this channel by this time.
Oh, great. It's great to play someone who's got a fucking clue what they're gonna do.